Have you ever paused to consider how your daily choices might be silently impacting your golden years? For those over 60, there are hidden traps that can quietly erode health and happiness without setting off any immediate alarms. Health wisdom teaches us that awareness is the first step toward positive change. And today, we're shining a light on 5 common mistakes that many seniors make without realizing their long-term consequences. These aren't just minor oversights. They're significant patterns that can transform what should be fulfilling years into a time of regret and struggle. The most concerning part: most seniors make mistake number 3 without even recognizing it as problematic. As you journey through this valuable information, remember that small adjustments today can lead to dramatic improvements in your quality of life tomorrow. If you find these insights helpful, please consider liking this video, sharing it with someone who might benefit, joining our community by subscribing, and turning on notifications so you never miss out on life-changing health wisdom. One of the most damaging traps seniors fall into is gradually neglecting their physical health. It begins innocently enough. Perhaps you skip your morning walk because of changing weather, or you choose convenient processed foods over nutritious meals to save time. These seemingly minor decisions accumulate over time, creating a snowball effect that can seriously impact your mobility, energy, and independence. Many assume decreased energy and stiffness are inevitable parts of aging, but the truth is more nuanced. Much of what we attribute to just getting older actually stems from inactivity, poor nutrition choices, and ignoring early warning signs of health problems. Your body continuously communicates with you through subtle signals. That stiffness after sitting for extended periods or the slight imbalance you feel when standing up quickly aren't just annoyances. They're important messages. Movement remains essential regardless of your age, and the less active you become, the harder it is to maintain basic physical functions. Before you realize what's happening, ordinary tasks like climbing stairs, reaching cabinets, or even rising from a chair become increasingly challenging. Weak muscles inevitably lead to poor balance, dramatically raising your fall risk, one of the most serious threats to senior well-being. A single fall can result in injuries requiring months of recovery, or worse, permanently altering your independence and quality of life. Consider David's experience at 68. He had always considered himself reasonably healthy until he gradually began skipping his daily walks. Within just a few months, he noticed standing for even short periods left him fatigued, and his knees ached constantly. By the time he decided to return to regular exercise, he had lost significant strength, and even brief walks left him winded and discouraged. It took him several challenging months to rebuild what he had so quickly lost, and he frequently expressed regret about allowing himself to become sedentary in the first place. Nutrition represents another area where seniors often make critical mistakes. Many assume that because their appetite has decreased, nutrition becomes less important. However, the opposite is true. Aging bodies actually require more specific nutrients like protein for muscle maintenance, calcium for bone health, and fiber for proper digestion. Relying on highly processed foods, irregular meals, or quick snacks can lead to nutritional deficiencies that manifest as constant fatigue, weakened immunity, and worsen chronic conditions like diabetes and hypertension. Regular health screenings often fall by the wayside too, as many seniors avoid doctor visits unless they feel significantly unwell. This approach can be dangerous since conditions like high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, and early osteoporosis typically don't present obvious symptoms until substantial damage has occurred. Being proactive with your health means scheduling regular checkups rather than waiting until problems become impossible to ignore. The encouraging news is that it's never too late to make positive changes. Even modest improvements like adding a 15-minute daily walk or replacing processed snacks with fresh alternatives can yield remarkable benefits. Incorporating light strength training with resistance bands can help preserve muscle mass and prevent frailty. Regular medical checkups can identify issues before they become serious complications. Taking care of your physical well-being isn't about fighting aging. It's about ensuring you can continue enjoying activities you love for years to come. The second trap that catches many seniors is gradually withdrawing from social connections. This isolation often begins innocently. Perhaps you decline a few social invitations, make fewer phone calls, or assume others are too busy to spend time with you. Over time, this withdrawal can silently lead to profound loneliness, depression, and accelerated decline in both mental and physical health. As inherently social creatures, human connection isn't merely about having company. It's fundamental to maintaining purpose, mental engagement, and emotional well-being. Many believe loneliness naturally accompanies aging, but research strongly contradicts this assumption. Studies show that social isolation impacts health as severely as smoking 15 cigarettes daily. It increases heart disease risk, compromises immune function, and correlates with higher dementia rates. When your brain lacks regular stimulation through conversations and shared experiences, cognitive processes slow, making memory problems and mental decline more likely. Pamela's story at 76 illustrates this pattern perfectly. She gradually stopped reaching out to friends, telling herself they were probably busy with their own families. What began as occasional solitude evolved into days filled with only television for company. Her energy diminished, her mood darkened, and motivation to engage in once enjoyed activities vanished. However, when she finally made efforts to reconnect, calling an old friend, joining a local book club, and inviting grandchildren to visit more frequently, her outlook transformed dramatically. She experienced renewed energy, improved mood, and even noticed sharper memory and thinking. Another common mistake is relying exclusively on family for social interaction. While family relationships are precious, expecting them to fulfill all your social needs can lead to disappointment as loved ones juggle their own responsibilities. Developing broader connections with friends, neighbors, and community members creates a richer social network and ensures you don't feel abandoned when family members are unavailable. Technology has made staying connected easier than ever, yet many seniors avoid digital tools because they seem overwhelming or unfamiliar. Learning to use video calls, social media, or even simple voice messages can maintain meaningful connections, especially when in-person visits aren't possible. Embracing these tools isn't about following trends. It's about preventing isolation in an increasingly digital world. The good news is that reconnection is always possible. Joining community groups, volunteering, attending local events, or simply committing to weekly phone calls with friends can make profound differences in your well-being. The goal isn't maintaining a packed social calendar, but rather preserving meaningful connections that keep you mentally sharp, emotionally fulfilled, and engaged with your community. If you're finding these insights valuable, please comment below to join our conversation and consider subscribing to our channel for more life-enhancing wisdom. The third trap, and one that most seniors unwittingly fall into, is refusing to adapt to change. Whether it involves technology, lifestyle adjustments, or evolving social norms, many dig in their heels and resist new developments. While understandable after decades of established routines, this resistance doesn't prevent the world from changing. It only makes navigating modern life more frustrating and isolating. Many assume new technologies belong exclusively to younger generations, but in today's world, basic digital literacy has become essential rather than optional. Whether it's using smartphones, understanding online banking, or making video calls, these skills aren't mere conveniences, but increasingly necessary for daily functioning. Consider Donald at 78, who steadfastly refused to use a smartphone, insisting his old flip phone sufficed. Over time, he realized his grandchildren communicated in group messages he couldn't access. His bank required online verification for certain services, and he missed countless conveniences that could have simplified his life. When he finally decided to embrace technology, he discovered with patience that he could master texting, video calls, and even online shopping. What began as reluctant effort quickly enhanced his life in unexpected ways. This resistance often extends beyond technology to outdated habits, maintained despite better alternatives. Whether it's clinging to nutritional practices contradicted by modern research, ignoring home safety improvements, or dismissing updated medical advice, "This is how I've always done it" mindset can become dangerous when safer, more effective options exist. Change also affects relationships, and refusing to adapt can create distance between generations. Rather than criticizing different communication styles, values, and lifestyles, approaching these differences with curiosity strengthens bonds instead of weakening them. Many discover that once they stop expecting things to remain as they were and start engaging with the world as it is, they feel more connected and less frustrated. Adapting to change doesn't mean abandoning your identity. It means maintaining enough flexibility to continue growing and functioning independently. The more open-minded you remain, the more you'll find that change brings unexpected joy and opportunity rather than merely challenges to overcome. Financial mismanagement represents the fourth trap that many seniors fall into. It's tempting to assume money matters less as you age, especially if you're no longer working and have retirement savings. However, poor financial decisions, whether overspending, underestimating future expenses, or failing to plan for emergencies, can quickly transform comfortable retirement years into a period of stress and dependency. Many incorrectly assume their savings will last, only to discover that medical bills, inflation, and unexpected costs deplete resources faster than anticipated. Take Thomas's story at 72. He spent freely in early retirement, believing his substantial savings would easily support his lifestyle. He traveled frequently, purchased generous gifts for grandchildren, and dined out regularly. By his late 70s, he noticed his savings diminishing rapidly as healthcare costs increased and long-term care needs emerged. Facing limited options, he reluctantly sought financial support from his children, a situation he had always hoped to avoid. Had he practiced more mindful spending earlier, he could have preserved his savings and maintained financial independence throughout his later years. Many seniors also mistakenly believe financial planning ends at retirement, but money management remains a lifelong process. Even in later years, making informed financial decisions significantly impacts comfort and peace of mind. Tracking expenses, understanding healthcare costs, and planning for potential long-term care prevents financial hardship. Seniors also frequently become targets for scams, with many losing financial security by trusting deceptive individuals. Phone scams, email fraud, and even manipulative financial advisors can rapidly drain life savings. Those raised in more trusting times often prove particularly vulnerable, making it essential to recognize potential scams, avoid unsolicited offers, and consult trusted advisors before making significant financial decisions. The fifth trap seniors fall into is neglecting mental growth and losing purpose. Many mistakenly believe that retirement marks the end of learning, goal setting, and meaningful contribution. However, maintaining purpose through hobbies, passions, or challenges represents one of the most crucial factors in preserving mental sharpness, emotional fulfillment, and physical health. The common belief that mental decline inevitably accompanies aging misrepresents reality. While aging brings changes, your brain remains capable of forming new connections throughout life. The real danger comes from mental inactivity, not aging itself. Research confirms that those who continue learning through reading, puzzles, or acquiring new skills experience significantly less cognitive decline. Michelle's experience at 70 illustrates this pattern. Once active and curious, after retirement, she spent days watching television, feeling her productive years had ended. Gradually, she experienced more frequent memory lapses, lost interest in conversations, and disengaged from life. After joining a local art class, something entirely new, she experienced renewed purpose. Her thinking sharpened, and she formed meaningful new friendships in the process. Finding reasons to rise each morning provides essential structure and fulfillment. After decades of working, raising families, and fulfilling responsibilities, many seniors feel adrift when these roles diminish. Without purpose, boredom and depression quickly develop. Some avoid trying new activities fearing failure or believing opportunities have passed, but age has little correlation with learning capacity. Some of the most inspiring stories come from those who began new careers, learned languages, or developed hobbies in their 70s, 80 seconds, or even 90 seconds. Growth doesn't end at any particular age. It stops only when you decide to stop trying. Maintaining mental engagement and purpose improves not just mood, but affects longevity, cognitive function, and physical health. Those who remain curious and find meaningful ways to contribute experience greater fulfillment, regardless of age. As you reflect on these 5 traps, consider which might be affecting your life or the lives of loved ones. Aging isn't simply about growing older. It involves choices determining whether your later years bring joy and independence or frustration and regret. Avoiding these pitfalls doesn't require dramatic changes. Small adjustments in approaching health, relationships, adaptability, finances, and purpose can significantly enhance overall well-being. The choices you make today shape tomorrow's quality of life. It's never too late to take control and ensure your later years become some of your best. Thank you for joining our community today. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Please comment below sharing one insight you gained and how you plan to apply it. Your experiences matter to us and inspire others on similar journeys. If you found this information valuable, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share with friends who might benefit. Your support enables us to continue creating content that informs and inspires. We look forward to connecting with you again soon.